right, and welcome to episode 6 of the Mouse Talks podcast, where we've got ears for the magic, a podcast where we share all we know about Walt Disney World and why families have been loving the magic for over 40 years. So, welcome tonight, everybody. I'd like to introduce our panel, and tonight from the agilitygarden.com, we have Christian Markley.
Hey everybody, this is Christian, agilitygarden.com, loving social media and the Twitters and all the cool stuff out there, and thoroughly enjoying talking to you, yes you, about Disney.
All right. and from Philip Saul Photography, we have Phil Saul himself.
I'm back. They kept me, so I'm so excited to be here. Super excited to talk about what we're talking about, and I'm gonna have Terry kick us off.
I'm here. I'm Terry. I'm from fairytalejourneysbyterry.com, and I'm one of the hosts of Old Guys with Glasses podcast. So tonight is kind of an interesting episode, and we kind of wanted to get started with that. I got something in the mail today.
What is it?
Yeah. Well, it showed up at my house probably yesterday, because as we're recording this, we're recording on a Sunday night, and the mail doesn't run on Sundays, but I wasn't here, so I got it today. But
Show me.
I got this beautiful white box that I'm holding in my hand.
You got a white box?
I got a white box, and I open it, and it is our magic bands for our vacation.
Oh,
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Give me that. I need to Instagram it.
I know. So as you put out the social medias on this, we ordered our magic bands, and we didn't expect the 2.0s to be coming out, but we got our 2.0 magic bands, which these magic bands are a little bit wider than our previous, and they have a puck that apparently will come out. I see the screws on the back. We ordered 3 for our family.
Did they give you a screwdriver?
I didn't see a screwdriver, but
That's
here,
crazy.
So this is great. So previously you'd get your luggage tags at another time,
Right.
and inside this has your luggage tags, and they're now color coded to your magic band. So if you had a purple magic band, you got a purple design on your.
That's awesome.
Green one for my wife. It was a green luggage tag. So that I think they're doing a great job with kind of putting.
I'm really excited. I think they
together.
look really cool.
Yeah, so it's a cool package. I'm anxious to get there, and
I would be beside myself.
so we've been planning this for quite. Well, actually, I've been planning this for quite some time, and didn't tell my family. So when I started planning this, I know that I told each of you because we're so Disney nerds and excited. Yeah. Originally, this was going to be a surprise trip. We have a friend of ours in Texas. Their family, my daughter and their daughter, have grown up together, and when we went to Disney last 2.5-3 years ago, they went with us, and it was a great time for them as well as us. And so I thought it would be good to kind of redo that. And so I reached out to them and said, hey, are you guys interested in going together? And they said, absolutely. And I said, all right, so here's the deal. Last time we kept it a secret from our daughters, and we didn't tell them till they actually got there. So we were able to surprise them there. I want to kind of do that again, but I want to keep it from my wife as well. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. There's no way I'm going to be able to keep an 8-day vacation secret from my wife. So I eventually had to bring her in secret, and then the 4 adults decided it would be great to give the girls the trip as a Christmas present. And so it was great. We made it the last gift under the tree for both the girls, and we kind of timed it so that one could open the gift and they would start FaceTiming and doing video conference.
That's amazing.
And so our friend's daughter opened it up, and it was a cool poem that basically told our daughter where to look for her present, and then
that is so clever.
basically did the same thing for them. So they go and open the hidden present, which was a gift card to Disney World, and they kind of put it all together that they were going to Disney World.
That's awesome.
And
you guys are awesome parents. That's awesome.
It wasn't the jump up and down immediately, but once the realization came that it was Disney World, oh my God, it was the jump up and down and to get excited thing. So that was kind of cool. So Christmas morning, we were able to give our daughters a trip to Disney World. We're arriving on February the 5th. My daughter's birthday is February 6th. And so it's kind of really a birthday Christmas present kind of combo thing. And then our friends are arriving on the night of the 7th. So we'll have the 8th through the 12th with them. So 5 days with them, and we have 2 or 3 days together as a family.
That's awesome.
And that's kind of exactly the way we did it last time. So we get to do our thing and just spend time with us, and then we get to do whatever they want to do after that, and because we've already seen all the stuff that we'll want to have seen, and we kind of get to do things multiple times. And
that's a good mix. I like that.
Yeah. So it's a good pro tip to if you're going down with a family. I personally like to split it up and do our own thing, and then have the other group show up a little bit later, or beat them down by a couple days, and where you get your own time, if you will. All right, pro tip over.
Cool. Question about that. So I know it's right around your daughter's birthday, but was the time of the year solely because of her birthday, or was it because it's a better time to go, and the why? That's a great question. So there are 2 times that I personally like to go to Walt Disney World. One is January, February, because the crowds are just, you can't beat it. Okay. And the other is September, October, and that's twofold. The crowds are down, and it's generally food and wine / Halloween. Gotcha. Okay.
I agree.
Yeah. It's so
I've been during both times. I've been in February and I've been in the fall.
And so I base everything on crowds and heat. I don't like the heat, so
and the heat from the crowds.
I tend to stay away from June and July.
Okay.
Just because, in August.
Yeah.
Just because. But
and it's crowded then there too. It's hot and crowded.
Oh yeah.
Usually, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then when you put the two together, it's not a good mixture.
Yeah.
You know, so I tend to split it up. I mean, if you don't have to, there are smart ways to plan to where you don't get affected by the crowds as much. But there's nothing you can do about the heat. You know, that's just reality, right? The heat's going to be there.
Cool.
Yeah. So when I decided it was her birthday, that would seem like the logical thing. We could have gone a little bit later in February, but I think doing it for her birthday would be awesome.
Yeah, she'll definitely remember that.
So we get to and that's a Sunday that we get there. We're staying at Pop Century, which I'm a huge fan. It's a value resort. I think we've touched on it a little bit, but it's my favorite value. It's kind of all things, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. It's kind of the culture my wife and I grew up in, so we can relate to almost everything there. So we chose that, and we will get an adjoining room with the other family, and we'll treat it as one big suite kind of thing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've stayed at Pop a bunch of times. That's my wife and I, when we got engaged, I asked her to marry me in Pop Century in our hotel room.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, so I actually was flying down to pick her up, and we were going to drive her car back because she was a cast member.
Oh, yeah.
And I had Disney, the Disney Bakery. I called them the day before, and they made her a cake that said, "Becky, will you marry me?" Uh-huh. And they had it delivered to the room. So when I got there, I went in the room, and it was in a bag. And she got off of work and came over to the hotel room, and the bag was in there. I was like, "Oh, I just got you a little present." She's like, "I love presents." And so then she turned around and opened up the bag and gasped, and then I was on my knee or whatever. And so I actually asked her to marry me in a hotel room in Pop Century because I couldn't wait to do it in front of the castle. The ring was killing me.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Pop Century is definitely a special place in my heart because we have a lot of memories there. So it's a great resort.
Yeah, I've stayed in all of the values except for Art of Animation. And
I've never stayed
favorite.
there.
It's my favorite.
I've stayed at, let's see, sports, music, and movies. Yep, and Pop.
Yep, perfect.
Cool. And I want to say, probably about 2 months ago, you wrote a blog post about Pop Century.
Oh, yeah.
Might have even been 2 posts, but definitely one focused on it.
Yep.
About 2 months ago, mousetalks.com. You can read more information about why you're such a fan of Pop Century and some of the decision making there.
Yeah. And it all
Tie-dye
holds true.
cheesecake.
Oh, it's so good.
It's the only place to get it.
Tie-dye cheesecake?
Yeah, it's cheesecake that it's like tie-dye, like the 70s. It's freaking awesome.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
It's basically just food coloring, but
still.
It looks awesome.
I love cheesecake.
It's the only place you can get it on property. It's tie-dye cheesecake at Pop Century's food court, and it is amazing.
Yep. All thing Pop.
Bring me back a piece, please.
I'm not sure it'll travel very well. But
No, it won't.
matter of fact, I don't think it'll make it back.
Right.
I would eat it before. So we're excited about Pop Century. We love it. I did get a preferred room. And normally I just get the standard room, but this time I was like, you know what? I want the preferred room, and I kind of picked building number 4, and it literally.
What does preferred room get you when you're looking to book your trip?
It gets you closer to transportation, and so and the main hall, wherever that is. It's just a shorter walk. I usually don't care,
right?
But this time my daughter really wanted to be on the 4th floor, and I know I couldn't understand. I kept trying to talk her out of it, but then I'm like. I've discovered I used touringplans.com room finder and kind of searched through, and I found an awesome room that kind of overlooks the kiddie pool, which is right beside the big hippy dippy pool.
Mm-hmm.
So the view is just fantastic. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm doing a room request with that, faxing it in, and hopefully that'll, knock on wood, get us what we want.
That's awesome.
That. So I generally don't like to spend the extra money because I can always walk.
You're in Disney.
You're already walking 12, 13 miles anyway. So
everywhere. So get used to it.
Right. But, the proximity to the pool and everything, I was like, that'll be fun. We'll do it. And so we threw that down. So our first day, we're doing the Magic Kingdom. We have a tradition that we always ride the teacups first. I think I've told you that, but on air, we always ride the teacups first. It's kind of our thing because the first time we went as a full family was right when they were starting the construction for New Fantasyland, and the teacups were closing the next day.
Right.
And so I wanted to make sure that was the first thing that we did so that we didn't miss it. And now that's how we start our Magic Kingdom. We go beeline it straight to the teacups. It's not my favorite ride, but that's where we start our trip. That's when we know that we've actually made it.
Yeah, that's a cool tradition.
Yeah. And I think, meeting our friends down there is another little tradition that we're kind of doing. I don't know if we'll always do this, every 3 or 4 years. But who knows? We'll see.
That's cool.
And we're not going to dine that first day because we just want to spend the time in the parks. We don't want to take the time for the dining, so we decided we're just going to skip that. Maybe do a quick service if we want to somewhere. And we did get the dining plan this time. We didn't get the deluxe. We just got the regular dining plan. That's a quick service and a sit down per day. And the resort mug.
And 2 snacks now, right?
2 snacks, yep. Which is, I think is a great value, and you kind of have to do the math because for some people it doesn't work. For me and the way it works, and we actually save money. But for some people it doesn't work. But if you do the math and it works for you, then get it. If it doesn't work for you, then don't get it. If you're not the kind of person that wants to sit down and enjoy a great meal, then don't do it. If you want to tour the parks and continue touring, then just get on your own. Just do it. But if you like to sit down like I do it. I think it's a great thing.
I think there's a happy medium with that. You have 3 different levels of the dining. The deluxe dining gives you 3 sit downs a day. Then you're going to spend your whole trip eating.
Right.
Some people like to do that. I did that on my honeymoon. It was awesome. But you are spending a lot more time eating, which, some people want to do that. On our next trip, we're not doing that, like you said.
Right.
So it all depends on who you are, how much food you actually want to consume,
Yep.
and how much time you want to spend doing it.
Yep. But
I think sitting down once a day isn't a bad idea, just because they're long days most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just going to list off what I have so far as dining, through that whole trip. I mean, we're just going to all the parks. This is the first time we're not doing park hopper.
Cool. I never do it.
Which, for me, I'm really struggling with the planning aspect of it.
Really?
Because I like to do this thing in the morning and then go back to the resort, swim for a little bit, then go and do this thing in the evening. And I, sometimes I like to go to Epcot and see Illuminations a couple times. But we didn't get it and it really boiled down to a financial decision. This is why we didn't get the park hopper. I'm saving like $270
right
to do that. But
question, the park hopper that basically lets you re-enter a park same day,
multiple parks
or
in the same
okay.
day. Yeah,
you can always re-enter in the same ticket.
Yeah, so if I go to Magic Kingdom, I can leave and come back and go to Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Park hopper, I can go to Magic Kingdom, leave, go to Epcot, leave, go to Hollywood Studios.
Gotcha. Otherwise,
go back to Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just one park.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I'm really struggling with that.
Because all your previous times you've park hopped.
I've never not park hopped.
Okay. And I've never park hopped.
Oh.
So I usually plan my day around completing the park.
Yep.
It's just two different ways to look at it.
Which I think would be a great episode.
Yeah.
We should devote an episode just to this.
To park hop or not to park.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right,
definitely.
Done.
There's
done.
different ways to look at it.
There's a title.
we
have something to go. All right.
Ready to go.
And my decision to park hop a lot of times, and we'll talk about that later, it has to do with dining. Because sometimes I want to eat in a certain park, but that day it's a better way to tour because maybe the crowds are low in that park, but I have a reservation at another park, for dinner or something. So a lot of times that's why I would choose that. So on my daughter's birthday, she chose to do the Sci-Fi Dine-In, which is an indoor drive-in theater.
Oh wow!
And they show basically clips from
old
early sci-fi movies,
like all black and white film.
And the tables are all cars.
So it's like you're sitting at a old drive-in movie theater.
Oh,
like you're sitting
cool.
in a car and there's a table in the car.
Okay.
Now, our family every summer goes to as many drive-in movies as we possibly can through the summer.
That's awesome.
We love drive-ins. Love drive-ins. In our area, we have Shankweiler's and
Becky's.
Yeah.
And we go at least 2 or 3 times to Shankweiler's and a couple times to Becky's throughout the summer. So I let her choose, and she picked it. We've never had it, so I thought it'd be a fun thing to do for her birthday.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And she picked that one? That's such a great choice.
I know. I'm excited about it.
I'm very proud of her.
Yeah. So for her birthday, she chose to do Disney Hollywood Studios. And the sole thing is she's a Star Wars fanatic. She's
awesome.
A freak. As a matter of fact, that day she will probably be dressed in her Rey costume. And she wants to do the Jedi Academy.
Oh, yeah. You got to go early for that.
Right. And that's the first thing we're doing. I already have my fast passes for Toy Story Midway Mania, Tale of Terror, and our Star Tours. But we're going to go first thing to get on Jedi Academy. It doesn't matter when we get it as long as we get one that day. So she can battle Darth Vader and the forces of evil.
That's definitely awesome.
Yeah, and so we're looking forward to that. And what's the Star Wars Cantina? Launch Bay.
Yeah.
The Launch Bay. Yeah, so I think that's where Kylo Ren and Chewbacca are now. So you get to meet those characters. So that'll be fun.
I heard Kylo Ren is like legit.
Yeah, like
he doesn't let you
jerk.
touch him.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like, don't get near me. He doesn't really speak much, but
yeah,
he's.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, especially if she's in a Rey costume, I think he'll definitely play it up even more.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. We have on the docket for Whispering Canyon Cafe, which I love.
I've never been, but it's on my list.
Yeah.
I've just heard amazing things about it.
We go every time. Alexia gets a kick out of, they bring the dads up to do little teacup and just embarrass ourselves. So it's fun. And the food is really good. It's in the
best. One of the cool things about that restaurant is if you ask for ketchup.
Oh yeah.
Everyone, the server comes over and just starts yelling like, they want ketchup over here, bring them ketchup. And then if you have ketchup at your table, no matter who you are, you pick up the ketchup and deliver it to that table. And if you literally go online, maybe we can find a video and post it to our Facebook, you will get 20 ketchups at your table.
Yeah.
And you're like, everyone's face turns red and like just bottles of ketchup show up at your table. And it's hilarious.
Yeah, they do little
the
funny
theming
things.
is like super fun, and the servers are, I heard, are a riot.
Yeah, it's a good time. We continue to go back every time, and so it's in the Wilderness Lodge. And half the fun of going to the Wilderness Lodge is just jumping on a boat and riding over there. I love getting on a boat anywhere in the Magic Kingdom or Walt Disney World. Christian, you like that boat ride?
Another boat ride. Yeah, that does sound.
It's nice.
Sign me up. Is there does it go upside down?
Nope.
No. Okay.
No inverts.
We're good.
Yeah, you definitely don't want your boat to invert.
No.
No, it wouldn't be good. We're doing Tusker House in the Animal Kingdom. That's Phil and I have talked offline that the African and American flavors of that, and you get to meet the Fab Five: Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, Pluto. I think that's it. Yeah,
Yep.
I did 5.
Is there any special food at the Tusker House?
It depends on when you go. You doing dinner or breakfast?
Dinner.
Okay.
The breakfasts are good. I personally like the dinner there, and the sides are just, it's awesome. Then they have a carving station, with it's really, really good.
Cool.
It's just all kinds of flavors. I mean, there's curry. Just all kinds of African and American flavors.
Okay.
They have a Kenyan coffee barbecue pork loin,
Yeah.
which sounds awesome.
Oh yeah.
They have
Some chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, rotisserie type chickens.
Yep.
And,
all sorts of different like sides, oven roasted potatoes, mashed potatoes, like normal stuff like that. But then they have like curry rice. So I mean, the menu looks amazing. Different breads.
Yeah, it's really good. Last time we were there, so the girls, my daughter's friend, and the band outside in Africa started playing, and we were at the bar, just drinking drinks, waiting for our table, and the band started playing, and so they were dancing out there and just having a good time, and they called our name, and we were like, "All right, come on, girls, it's time for us to go," and they were and so the server was like, "Oh, leave them out there," and he went out there and started dancing with them, and so for 20 minutes they just danced and had a good time with the server, and we didn't care that we were waiting to go in, and then we went in, and the server was just fantastic because he already knew us.
That's awesome.
It was that little Disney magic that was, and I will always go to the Tusker House for that.
That's awesome.
Then we have Friday night will be Ohana. And one of the toughest reservations to get, but you can't miss it. Ohana is the best. The meat skewers and the noodles. It's really tasty.
And the bread pudding.
The bread pudding, yeah, and the wings, and we can just
and
keep
the
going
everything.
on. Yeah, it's so good.
And
It's
that's like
amazing.
the family style buffet of meat, right? That's
Yeah,
what we talked
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
in
That's
the
at the Polynesian.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds really good.
Yeah, and then on Saturday morning, which is going to be our big Epcot day.
Oh, cool.
The arts festival is going on that weekend, but we're going to Chef Mickey's first, and
At the Contemporary.
At the Contemporary.
Right. Yep.
Yep. Then we'll take the monorail and head over there. But our goal that day is we have passports that are in lanyards that I got for everybody. For the adults, it's drinking around the world, and so we're going to have a drink in every country, and then for the kids, so that we don't appear to be awful parents, I got them how to say hello in every country lanyards. So they're going to get to learn how to say hello in every country, and we're going to get to drink in every country.
That's perfect.
So yeah, so adult beverages around the world. We're looking forward to that. That's from, we've got every day kind of planned out, but that's the one that we saved it up for that. The only day that I'm really hugely struggling with is the Tuesday before the other family gets there. We can't decide between Animal Kingdom and Epcot. And this is where that whole we're not park hopping thing comes in, because I would normally do a half day in each of that, split that up, because we're going to do a full day later on, but just kind of do the highlights. And with I don't know. I'm struggling with it.
Do you have any time scheduled to go to Disney Springs?
We always have time to go to Disney Springs. I think the Sunday before we leave is going to be a full Disney Springs day instead of a park day. Disney Springs is awesome, but it's so funny because I normally will schedule a dinner in Disney Springs.
Yeah, and then shop and eat.
Then right. But this year, all the meals that we wanted to do are park or resort based, and so we've kind of not done my normal go over there, have lunch at the Earl Sandwich, and then have dinner later on over there. This is the first time we're not doing Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique with the girls. We're not going to do that. We normally do that, and they get all done up as princesses.
Yeah.
And so we do it in Disney Springs or downtown Disney back then. But we're not doing that. So it's kind of Disney Springs, I want to see it and I want to experience it, but it's not the priority this time.
Right.
Where before we've always had a day that we dedicated just to that. So we'll do it the day we leave, and we'll have a good time. We'll try to figure out a moderate lunch or something out of it. Yeah.
There's a lot of new restaurants.
Yeah.
So you should definitely look into that. There's tons of places to eat down there now that they added, and all the new shopping. So
yeah,
I'm
so
excited
we want
to
to
hear
go
what
see
you
it.
have to say about that.
We want to go see it, but it's not. Before we had an event planned around it. Now it's kind of we don't have an event to draw us.
No,
there.
it makes sense.
So, one thing that I am doing on this trip that I've never done before is play golf at Walt Disney World.
Oh.
Yeah. My buddy and I, we used to play golf all the time together in Texas. And as we're doing this, I'm like, you know what? They've got this new thing called the Sunrise 9.
I saw that.
Yeah, and so it's 9 holes of golf, a breakfast sandwich, a beverage, and then an adult beverage at the end of the 9. It's early morning. It's $35. Why not?
That's a great price.
It's a great price.
Take my money.
Right, you get to play on a great course. You get a choice of 4 courses on property, and you could play it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go play, and we're going to meet the girls in the park. The wives and daughters, and they can go to a park that day, and
that sounds
we'll
awesome.
meet them there.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun.
So that's really the only extracurricular thing that we're doing. A lot of times we'll do water parks. This year, we're not going to do any of the water parks. It's February. Yeah, they're heated, but still.
Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
It's sweatshirt weather at the end of the night. And
yep.
On good days, you're in t-shirts and shorts.
Yeah, we'll do the hotel pool, the resort pool.
Yeah.
But water parks, I like to do that in September. It's perfect, but in February it's a little cool.
I agree.
So, what else do we have? We're driving.
Transportation.
Right. I haven't driven in a really long time down there. I've flown the last 6 or 7 trips, and so this is going to be an interesting. And I've never driven with my daughter in the car for that long, but she's taken long trips before, so it'll be interesting to see how that works. Driving 15 hours or so with the daughter excitedly ready to go to Disney World.
Right.
Are we there yet? Do you
So do you plan on using your vehicle for transportation at all? Some people do, some people don't. What's your...
My plan is to drive to the golf course, and that's it.
Everything else
on
property transportation with the buses, monorails.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a firm believer in Disney transportation.
Me too. I agree.
I don't want to drive. It stresses
Sometimes
me
if
out.
you're going resort to resort, some people say, I'm going to use my car to do that because you don't have to travel to a park.
Yeah.
You can't go resort to resort.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to travel to a park. But I think everything you have is like either contemporary or poly, and those are really close to Magic Kingdom, so it's not a big deal to go to Magic Kingdom and then hop on the monorail over.
Well, which is one of the things my wife and I did a date night about 6 years ago. We'd take them, we're down there. My mom actually joined us a little bit later, and we were trying to figure out how we're going to get to Ohana. It was the two of us. We're at Pop, and there's no direct way to go to the Poly. So we get on we decide, all right, we can either take a cab. This is pre-Uber, but we can take a cab or ride the bus to the Magic Kingdom and then take the monorail over. All right, let's do that. We'll do that. We get on the bus, and literally we're the only two people on the bus. And, we're talking to the bus driver, and he hasn't left yet. And he's like, so is it just you guys and you're going to the Magic Kingdom? You're dressed up for the Magic Kingdom because we had, put on nicer clothes. Right. And we go, no, we're going to have a date night. We're going to go to the Ohana and the Polynesian. And I told him our plan to ride the monorail. He said, give me just a minute. So he gets on the radio with dispatch and gets approval to take us straight to the Polynesian.
Wow. That's Disney magic. That's awesome.
And so he drops us off right at the front door of the Polynesian. Yeah.
That's amazing.
It was amazing. So it saved us, 30 minutes or so of going to the Magic Kingdom, getting on the monorail and riding over. It was
waiting for the transportation.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's amazing.
I mean, we still had to work at getting back, but our plan was to then go to the Magic Kingdom and watch the fireworks afterwards.
And then take a bus back.
Right. That was our plan all along, but kind of getting there was pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that Disney magic. It's beautiful.
It's always there.
Yeah.
It's always something.
Do you guys have any questions or?
Sounds like you got it pretty planned out. I'm excited to find out a bunch of things. There's so many new things that you're going to be experiencing that we've been talking about on the show that I'm excited for you to experience them firsthand.
Yeah.
Like rope drop at Magic Kingdom.
Oh yeah, the new
Disney Springs. Just all these new things that like we can get our hands on. You can tell us how the new Magic Bands work. Yeah, and plus I just want to see pictures of food. So I'm super excited for that.
So I might be nerdy and take pictures of the food just for you. Just for you.
You have to.
I'm not that guy, but
you
I think
should
for
be
you,
that guy.
Yeah. One of the things that we've come up with is we have some limited edition stickers.
That's right. We do have some limited edition stickers.
And so I will be carrying some of those around while I'm in the parks. So if you happen to be following us on our social medias and can hook up with me, maybe I'll put together a couple times that just, hey, I'm going to be here at this particular time. Come see me. Maybe you can get one of those limited edition stickers.
That's awesome. Spread that Mouse Talks love.
Yeah.
Yes. Sticker love.
So where can you find us then?
So a couple places. Mousetalks.com is our main website. We're on Twitter at mouse at the silent at, as we say, Mouse Talks Magic. Facebook, Mouse Talks as well. And I think there's an Instagram out there too, Phil?
Yep. You always ask me that. There is an Instagram.
Yeah.
It is Mouse Talks. Yep, that's our username. It's silent at. But yeah, you can hit us up on there. And hopefully Tara will be sharing some pictures maybe when he's down there. And when he gets back, we're going to be putting some pictures up. And you can message us on any of those social medias to hook up with him and get your limited edition sticker. Maybe we'll sign and number them. So we're really big.
Yeah.
It's worth something.
And if you have questions along the way about our podcast, upcoming things, ideas, anything like that, if you like email as opposed to social media, questions@mousetalks.com.
You've been listening to the Mouse Talks podcast. I'm Terry.
I'm Christian.
And I'm Phil.
And we've got ears for the magic. We'll see you next time.